What's good, y'all? AJ Simmons checking in, and I got a good rant for y'all today. I got a couple thoughts on my mind. I'll do my best to time all in together, but I'm gonna tell you this. First off, I don't know what I'm gonna title this. I might title about the ups and downs in business. It's always ups and downs in business, so be prepared for it. Don't think that just because you up one day, you're gonna be up forever. Alright? And then two, I'm gonna bring it back to that, but first I'm gonna talk about Bench for a minute. Bench accounting. www.bench.co. Alright? And the reason why I'm gonna talk about them, number one, is because I've been an affiliate for Bench for a while now. And you might, if you look at the description of my videos, well, I removed them now. I used TubeBuddy. Shout out to them. For anybody that's new to YouTube and you wondering what certain YouTubers use and all of that, I personally use TubeBuddy to help me tag my videos, title my videos, stuff like that. And then also they got a bulk edit tool, so I was able to go in there with that bulk edit tool and bulk remove all of anything in my description that said anything about Bench. So definitely check out TubeBuddy, and as a matter of fact, as I'm saying this, I'm gonna make sure I do that now. I'm gonna use TubeBuddy to bulk add my affiliate link for TubeBuddy, because I never even did that, and I can be an affiliate for TubeBuddy too, so I'm gonna put that in the description. But anyway, far from what I came to talk about. We're going to get into it good today, but I'm gonna talk about this though, because Bench sent out a letter, right? They sent out an email just before the new year, saying how they were closing down, and it was like with a 3-day notice almost, saying they shutting down. When you went to the website, it straight won't even up no more. And they said, but they gonna put up a data site where you can go up there and download all your data that following Monday. But they just straight shut it down like they was a damn sole proprietorship or something. They weren't even moving like a corporation. But they straight sent out an email and said, we done. Just ASAP, we done. They done laid off all the people, everything just was done. And so here was the thing. So immediately when I saw that, and shout out to my guy Gat for sending me that text when he seen it, and I put it out in Clean Biz Network and everywhere else, and because a lot of people missed it. And so immediately when I saw that, I said, hold the hell up, let me look them up, because I always try to learn from any business opportunity that I can, right? And so I said, hold on, let me look them up right quick. So I looked them up, and I found out that Bench had they had a bunch of different fundraisers, right? And so when I say fundraisers, what that means is they got different rounds of funding, right? For different companies, if you decide to get investors. And so they had rounds of funding, and basically the long story short is they raised about $60 million, y'all. They raised about $60 million. I don't know if I might just sit in the office and finish the conversation with y'all, so let me turn the truck off for a second. But they raised $60 million. Alright, and so as I'm walking in, y'all know I like to show me feel good inside, right to the CBN headquarters. But anyway, they raised $60 million, and I ain't even got my damn key. I got the wrong key. And so it's like, how the hell do you fuck up $60 million? And so then I looked up, I said, okay, well, how much is their revenue? So I looked up the revenue, and it showed that they were doing roughly just somewhere around about $100 million a year. So I'm like, god damn. You mean tell me they raised $60 million, they doing almost $100 million, and they still struggling? Like they still can't pay the bills? Like what the hell going on? So then it made me think, the first thing it made me think was this. It said, you know what? Us small entrepreneurs, what is that on my flow? We gotta start giving ourselves grace. You know what I mean? We gotta start giving ourselves grace, because it's just little old us. Alright? It's just little old us. And we ain't got no investors. We doing what they call bootstrapping. All right, so we building it by ourselves, getting it out the mud. You know, from invoice to invoice, check to check, trying to figure it out and outsell, you know, our expenses. And then also, and not only for the business, but also for our personal. So that's the first thing I took from it was, you know, give ourselves some grace. When we struggling, we going through stuff, give yourself some grace, because it could be way worse. And guess what? We ain't got funding. So clearly, if we still in business, especially after a few years in the past, we killing it. Give yourself some grace. And then the next thing I'm gonna say is this, right? So I was looking on Twitter afterwards, and the one of the co-founders of the company, who used to be the CEO, he talked about how they laid him off or whatever. I'm gonna bring this one. He talked about how they laid him off or whatever, and I just had to come in and grab something real quick. Lock this door. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I got my key, so I won't lock myself in here. Make sure though, cause hold up, that was in my damn hand. All right, anyway, my bad, y'all. All right, but yeah, so he was talking about how they laid him off or whatever, and I was reading that little tweet from him, and then I kept reading, and I saw some other people commenting on it, and everybody was talking bad about how Bench, you know, they didn't like the service and all of that. And this video ain't to bash Bench, because I do want to throw in here too that they ended up coming back and saying that, you know, they back in business and this and that. Hold on while I throw this in my truck real quick. Just had to pick up a chair. We bought my son a chair for Christmas. I'm at office for Christmas, and I just wanted to grab him a chair from the office to put with his desk. I said we bought him an office. We bought him a desk. I meant. All right, I'm gonna get a little stable now so I can finish this, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna get to it now on this one. All right, so anyway, I'm looking on Twitter and I'm seeing all the comments or whatever, and people talking about, you know, bench this, bench that, and I'm gonna do my best to try to put some graphics and some screenshots up to tell you, you know, to add in the context as I'm talking about this video. But I want to get this out fast. I'll probably edit it myself, so it might or might not be on there. But anyway, if I edit at all, y'all know I don't be editing for real. But anyway, so I'm reading the comments, and then somebody said something that was key because it resonated directly with me. The guy said that, and actually I'm just gonna sit here and finish this damn story. I ain't gonna keep getting distracted. And so the guy said that Bench messed him up because they basically had him thinking he was grossing something that he actually wasn't grossing, and then they did they reconciled the books and kind of found out they overestimated that he made $300,000 more than he actually did, because of misclassification, right? And so guess what, that exact same thing happened to me. They did the exact same thing to me. And so in 2020, I want to say that was either 2 or 3, one of them years, I think it was 2 though, they told me that I did just over $1 million in revenue, and I actually didn't. I actually did, I think it was like 780. No, it might have been 8 something. It might have been 8 something. But either way, they misclassified almost $300,000 in revenue. So here I am thinking I got $1 million, you know, budget. The whole time, you know, I'm $200,000 something over budget. And so I'm saying that to say this. Number one, it's going to be ups and downs in business, whether you got $60 million in funding or whether you bootstrapping, no matter what it is. All right, that's the first thing. The next thing I'm going to say is this. Actually, this is what I'm going to title the video. And so I might have lost my millionaire status. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's see, I can spin this around. All right, so because actually I haven't checked. I'm pretty sure I didn't though. But either way, because y'all understand, I'm a paper millionaire. What does that mean? That means that I have enough assets that can outsell my liability. So I personally, actually business and personal combined, I probably only got about $250,000 or something $1,000 in debt, right? 300 max. All right. And my company can sell for roughly around about, we'll say 2 million minimum. Okay. And then I also got 2 properties that I can also sell. So you add up the value of the properties, the value of the company, and subtract my debts from it, it's still over $1 million. So we'll say my net worth is roughly around about $1 million. All right. So, but and it's a little lower now, because guess what? We took a loss in 2024. So 2024 was my first year. This thing is real shaky and I'm trying to stop it, but we'll be all right. In 2024, that was my first year taking a loss. So every year of Clean Biz Network, my revenue went up. And in 2024, it finally took a decline. And so, one, I already kind of knew it was going to, because I knew I was going to shut down the lead generation service. So that was a big portion of the growth revenue, but it was killing me on the net side. So I probably got a good net for 2024, but my growth was bad. All right. And so I'm telling y'all to tell y'all this too, because I was talking to somebody who don't mean any harm, but it's somebody back home who's related to me, right? And they call themselves trying to lecture me and tell me, you know, certain things about, you know, what I'm going through and this and that. And I'm like, listen, you have no idea what I'm going through. And they tried to give me a lecture about Dan Cathy, which they didn't even know the guy's name. I know his name because I actually study business, right? But they were repeating something that their pastor told them. And that's another thing that you know, that happens to me when I talk to people back home is, you know, me personally, and please don't take offense, if you're a real Christian, then you don't judge, right? But me personally, I stepped away from Christianity. I don't do religion. I respect y'all. I respect people's religion. I let them do their thing. And I do, thank God, I still pray and all that, but I'm not Christian. But certain people in my family just won't get that through their head, and they gonna keep trying to push that stuff on me. And just because that's what the way that works for you, don't mean that that's what I'm on. You know what I mean? And don't come in the comments with your lectures, all right? I don't feel like it right now. I don't even feel like it. But anyway, and so the person was trying to tell me, yeah, but you see, because I was talking about its ups and downs and everything, not just in business, but in life, but in business in general. And I said, listen, if you don't believe me, go in the stock market and go look at the stock tickers. Every single one will go like this. Now they all gonna trend in a particular direction, which hopefully is going up, right? But it's gonna be some peaks in there. It's all part of that. And a lot of people don't realize that those are years. Those ain't days always. It's a lot of those times, those peaks are years. Sometimes you got a down year. Sometimes you got a down month. Sometimes you got a down day. Sometimes you got a down decade. It just depends, right? I mean, that's all part of it. And so I'm saying that to say this. So I took a loss on 2024. So the revenue dipped. Now, am I still a millionaire? More than likely, yeah. Because of why? Because of multiples. So businesses can sell for multiples. So even though my company doesn't do $1 million in revenue as of right now, based on 2024, still the multiple that it could sell for is still within the millions. All right, just to be clear about that. And I would assume we can pull it up if y'all want to. Y'all want to have some fun with it, I can show you how we calculate that and all that. But anyway, and so I'm saying that to say this, y'all. Business gonna have its ebbs and flows, and it's part of it. What you got to do is you got to adjust and figure out, okay, well, why are we down? What are we doing wrong? What should we adjust? Or what are we doing right? Maybe growth went down, but net went up. Okay, well, what can we do to increase the net more? What can we do to increase the growth more? What, like, is there certain services that we should be offering or shouldn't be offering? Are there certain products that we should be offering or shouldn't be offering, right? And so you got to look at these things and figure it out. And anyway, I kind of got up from that. And he brought up the ChickfilA. And so the person was trying to tell me, because they real religious, and they were trying to tell me, see, you look at ChickfilA, they close every Sunday because that day is for God, and they this and they that. And I'm like, listen, they have a great business model. ChickfilA is one of the businesses that I always bragged about. But I'm going to tell you this, even they got ups and downs. Everything has ups and downs. Marriages have ups and downs. Friendships have ups and downs. Life in general has its ups and its downs, right? Nothing is perfect. And so I'm coming here to tell you this. If Bench can't have a perfect goddamn business with $60 million in funding and a board of directors and all that, then I know AJ Simmons damn sure can't have a perfect business with no funding additional outside of me simply selling my goddamn products and services. No board of directors, no anything, right? We growing this shit from the ground up. We talking about first generation millionaires. You damn right it's gonna be some trials and tribulations. You damn right shit gonna get tough. You know what I mean? And for my people who are like me, who you're the generational curse breaker, you got to be able to stand 10 toes and believe in yourself no matter what, and ignore the naysayers, especially from people who ain't never done what the hell you doing. But not me, what the hell you doing or trying to do. And when it comes to your spouses or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever you're dealing with, right? Sometimes you got to ignore them too. Sometimes they might worry during the down seasons. And you just got to be the one to know, listen, this was your vision. You the one driving this goddamn ship. And you just got to keep rolling the same way you showed them the first time when y'all had some ups. You're going to have to show them again when it's down. Still stay, grind and stay in your mode and stay in there, because guess what? What God got for you is for you, since we want to get religious, right? Right? But what God has for you is for you. Now, seriously, and if you one who got the vision, you know, only you the one that's supposed to see it through. All right? So it's like, stop being so damn hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace and understand that this is all part of it. I told myself before I even quit that damn Norfolk Naval Shipyard back in 2014, before I went all in on business, and I told myself I might go bankrupt. There is a video on my channel that says I might go bankrupt, because I put myself in that mindset to know, listen, you done seen it, AJ. Donald Trump went bankrupt several different times. 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy. Robert Kiyosaki almost filed for bankruptcy. All of these people, you see, Dave Ramsey almost filed bankruptcy. All these different people went up, then they went down. Now, I'm talking about millions up. They went millions up and then crashed. And then they had to go get it back again. So don't think for a second. Steve Harvey, same thing. So it's like, don't think for a second that it won't happen to me, AJ. Don't think it won't happen to you, AJ. It can happen, so be prepared for all that. Be prepared if you get sued. Be able to have the temperament to still go through. Be prepared if you get smear campaigns against you, have the temperament to still weather through. Be prepared that if certain people in your life decide they want to leave you because they don't like the way you evolving as a person, be prepared to weather and fight that through. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm here to tell you today. Shit gonna be hard as you go. So when you first start, it's gonna feel a little bit hard because you don't know what you're doing till you get some money going. Then once you get some money going, if you're really good at business, you're gonna see a lot of years of success and string them together. And then if you're really, really good at business, you're gonna see a little bit of turbulence, because that means you made it long enough to hit a damn down all of a sudden. You hit a low a little bit. And like I always tell my wife this too, is once you get some traction going, your low is somebody else's dream. But I told y'all, I think in 2024, so I don't know if I did say the number. So we dipped all the way down to $600 and something thousand, I believe it was. It was a little over, I think it was like 650 something. It might have been a little bit more than that, but somewhere around that area. That's horrible for me, right? But that's absolutely fucking amazing to some people. And it's all right. You know what I mean? And so it's like, now where I'm fucked up at is, it's like, okay, I've been operating like I'm $1 million company, which means that, okay, well, we're probably doing some overspending there. So now guess what? Now we sit down with the CFO. Now we look at the books and we tighten this motherfucker up. And then we also see, okay, now where can we increase revenue? Because that's the most important thing, more than anything. Always focus on increasing revenue. Now here and there, you're going to have to slow down, structure, get your SOPs together, update certain processes and systems, right? But once you get that again, you tighten the ship and you go up again. It's all part of the game, y'all. It's part of it. And if you ain't built for it, cool. Go be an entrepreneur. Go be somebody's salesperson where you can still run it up and use your creativity, use your drive, but you ain't got to deal with all the heartache of being an actual entrepreneur, because the shit is a lot. You know what I mean? We ain't even talk about taxes yet, right? So, but know what I mean? But it's part of, y'all. Make sure y'all built to weather the storm. Recording will be stopped and saved. Okay, bam, I'm running out of space apparently. So, and I think I got my point. But all I'm here to say is this. Bench fucked my money up, right? They made me think I had more than what I had, but I ain't worried about that. I should have counted my own money, right? But also too, really that was me counting my money, right? Using an accounting system. But I let them do it. I should have still been doing it on the side, which I used to do. But as I got bigger, I didn't have time for that. You know what I mean? And so, and I'm gonna say this too. Be careful with leverage, because if I wasn't using leverage, and when I say leverage, I mean loans, I mean debt, I mean credit cards, right? If I wasn't using business credit, if I wasn't using leverage, I would have been able to catch it sooner, because I wouldn't have had the money to spend in the first place. But since I used the leverage, guess what? On a month where let's just say the month we bring in 50 grand, but we spent 80, I don't see it if we got money in the bank. And then why do we have money in the bank even though we outspent what we made? Because we had money, we had leverage. We had the money in the bank from the loans, right? So these are things that people don't want to expose to you in business, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you to you straight like that. All right. So number one, if you would bench, they are back in business. They got bought out by another company. I don't know nothing about them, but I done left them a long time ago anyway, right before that even happened. But if you with them, then just make sure that you consider, you know, if you want to continue with them or not. I'm not here to tell you to leave them or not, because the new company that bought them might run it better than they running it, right? So that's number one. Number two, if Bench can't goddamn get their shit together with $60 million in funding, what make you think that you gonna never have no mistakes when you starting with zero? When you starting with whatever contract you close, you starting with whatever first product you sell, and you building from that. We getting it out the mud, y'all. We got $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to invest. You know what I mean? $20,000 to invest. These motherfuckers had $60 million. And if they couldn't do it, then give yourself some grace and keep fighting through. It's part of it. The rough patches is part of it, y'all. And then the third thing is, what was the third thing? I had a third thing. It's ups and downs. That was it. So one, watch your money if you got bench count on it. Two, if somebody can't make it with $60 million in funding, then give yourself some grace for not being able to make it and you bootstrap. And then three, business is part of ups and downs, y'all. It's part of the ups and downs, y'all. It's all, and not just in business and in life in general, it's all ups and downs to all this shit. It's whether about do you want it the most or not. If you really want it, you'll keep fighting through. You'll figure out how to make that shit work. And if you get tired and you gonna quit, and you'll find something else to do. And it's all right. Just learn from whatever you go through in life. That's what it is, y'all. I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Hope y'all got some value from this. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you.